All right, you guys have this wonderful business called Natural Lifemanship, and you work with horses and people. And so I'm wondering if you guys could just give us a bit of an introduction as to what this business is all about.
Sure, go ahead.
Go
ahead.
Yeah, so really what it's about is it's a process for helping people and horses build healthy relationships and overcome stress and trauma. And so what is underlying really everything that we do is, I would say it's twofold. One is an understanding of the neurobiology of trauma and what we need to do to heal that and how we do that with the horse. And then the secondary piece, which I think is related to this trauma piece, is understanding attachment and interpersonal psychology, how people, the way that we connect with others, the way we connect with ourselves. And so that's the big general over, one of the things we say all the time in this field, in our field, is that a good principle is a good principle regardless of where it's applied. And so we are helping people start to build relationships with a horse. And as they do that, their patterns in relationships start to emerge. There are places where they may begin to become activated, right? They're nerve activated, and we're helping them recognize that. We're helping them then co-regulate with the horse and with the therapy team and start making changes somatically, emotionally, and cognitively, all three.
One of the things that makes our model, I think, a little different than a lot of other models is that historically, the principles used in training horses did not transfer to human relationships. And we've done a lot of work changing the way we train horses so that the principles that we use in interacting with our horses apply to human relationships, so that when we're in a session with a human, we're not teaching them principles that are going to cause them problems with their human relationships.
Mm-hmm. Now, can I just ask very, very basically, why horses? What is it about horses?
Yeah.
A lot of it's because a horse's brain naturally develops the same way that the brain of a traumatized human does.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. Horses are by nature living mostly in the survival parts of the brain. And those are the parts of our brain that are activated most when we undergo a lot of abuse, a lot of neglect. Those areas of the brain get stronger, and the parts of the brain that do the thinking and the feeling get weaker. And horses by nature don't have the capacity for feeling that humans do, or the capacity for reasoning. So in helping the horse develop those areas of their brain, we have to activate those areas of our brain.
Okay.
Yeah, and I might add to that, or to clarify, is all animals have feelings, right? And we know that they're sentient beings. There's huge research on this. Yeah. And I think what we're talking about a lot is that we know in many different traumatic situations, we've worked with a variety of clients over the last 15 or 20 years, but when we experience trauma, many times we start to dissociate from, check out from parts of the brain. And part of the brain we often will check out from is the limbic system, which is responsible for emotions and connection and attachment. The part of the brain that's more cognitive, we start to kind of lose that part as well. And so horses that are in because they're prey animals, those lower regions are more developed. They're also herd animals. So they do have relationships with each other. They do have feelings, those kinds of things. Their neocortex, for sure, the part of the brain that's cognitive, is extremely underdeveloped. And so their brains will look very similar to that of a traumatized person as well.
Well, if you want to know more about the science of psychotherapy, come across to our website, thescienceofpsychotherapy.com, and our podcast of the same name, and learn more about the science of you.